So after you get your sky rendered, it's a very simple and similar process to adding the rest of it. You basically will use a combination of the pen tool, the curvature tool, paintbrush tool, and shape tools to render your shapes. So I've kind of gone and drawn in some mountains already using the pen tool, okay, and then I've filled them with gradient colors. So the distant mountain, that's the lightest, okay, and then it kind of shows the foreground at the front. Remember, as you move on to different sections of your landscape, you should be working on different layers. So my sky layer just contains the sky, and then I have a mountains layer. Okay, you can lock them and unlock them as you kind of work on them. That way you can keep things organized. It'll make things a lot easier for you. Okay, so here's how you can add some shapes for basically mountains or more organic shapes. So I'm using the pen tool, and basically I've got it set to a gradient fill, but I can always change that. So instead of clicking and letting go immediately, I'm kind of clicking and holding. So that allows me to create curved shapes. And right now it looks really weird because it's filling it with a weird gradient. Basically I'm going to go from one edge to another, and then I'm going to connect the shape overall to connect the path. And so now it has this gradient fill and it has these rolling hills. And I can give it a regular fill, or I can give it a gradient by clicking on those boxes. Okay, and then I can change up the gradient just like how I did with the sky. So I can make it 90 degrees. And then I can click on those tags to change up the colors. So I'm going to make it kind of darker than the other mountains, making it the top tag kind of a darker green and the bottom tag kind of a darker gray. But this is kind of a fun chance for you to experiment with different colors and different blending options. So remember, basically you just need to create a pathway, you need to complete the shape, and then you can fill it with color or different gradient colors. It's also fun to explore the different coloring options. So if you click on this window, it gives you kind of a basic set of colors. But then if you click on that palette icon, you can change the colors a little bit more, and you can make them more unique to what you want. And remember, you can also add in those different tags for the gradient. So you can work with a lot of different colors. You can have a lot of fun with this assignment. You can go for a more natural look. It's kind of up to you. So I'm set with these colors, and now I just need to kind of change the arrangement of them. Also remember that you can always set the stroke and the fill depending on those boxes that you've selected. So if I wanted to change the arrangement to reveal different shapes underneath, all I have to do is click on the shape, and then I can click on arrange, and then I can either say bring this to the front or send backward, and that will reveal the different shapes I have underneath it. So that's really nice if you're working with different layers, such as what I have with these different mountains. If you click on the free transform tool, you can also change things around, which is really nice if you want to make things taller or shorter. And then if you're unhappy with how your shapes turned out, you can also change those and modify those by selecting the shape that you want to change. And then if you click on the curvature tool, this will show you the different anchor points, and you can actually kind of click on those anchor points and drag them around and change up the different shapes. So I'm changing up the overall shape of this hill.